Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and this is my outlook for 2023 video on AT&T. Now, some of you are not going to like it. Some of you are going to understand, and some of you are going to have to reason with this because this is really where AT&T is taking it in terms of the story, the branding, the marketing. It's all about fiber for AT&T moving forward. So I think that is AT&T's biggest outlook. And here I pulled up an article from AT&T's newsroom. AT&T Amarillo break ground on new fiber network. So AT&T has never existed in Amarillo in terms of fiber and ILEC. So now AT&T will invest and neighborhoods will start seeing AT&T fiber in Amarillo. And they've done the same in Phoenix and Mesa. They're doing the same in parts of Indiana. In 2023, they will continue expanding fiber. And I truly believe this, and I'm very confident, people I speak with, the fiber story is going to become the main story for AT&T. Now you're going to say, what about wireless? Right? Wireless is still going to be there. That's not going anywhere. But there's just not a story for AT&T to tell on wireless that's going to get anyone excited. They're not doing fixed wireless access at a huge grand scale. So there's no excitement in terms of new revenue and profits coming from that. The mid-band story, they're behind on it. Yes, they're building. Yes, they're moving very fast, but they are going to be by the numbers behind Verizon and behind T-Mobile. So there's not really a story to get excited about there in terms of marketing. They're trailing from behind, and they will probably be behind for most of 2023. So, and then, in terms of growth, where do you go up from here? AT&T already has a lot of enterprise. They already have 80% of car manufacturers on their network, as I've stated in plenty of other videos. And yeah, there is some consumer growth that they can continue to get, but even that's going to be considered like normal, like AT&T's supposed to grow that, and we'll see the revenue and profits from that, but it won't be a huge boost because AT&T has already been a large company. But with this fiber investment, right, they go into new areas, completely new areas where they've never had any footprint, and they build and they grow that share, right? They do that in Amarillo, they do that in Mesa, they do that in the part of Indiana, and then they continue scaling that from here on out. They go to different parts. They work on this venture deal that we heard about not too long ago, about $15 billion, and they continue scaling that. So what are the results of that, and what's there to be excited about that story? Well, investors and shareholders are going to get on board with that because there's going to be new revenue to be made off of that, off of scaling the fiber, new profits. And then potentially off of that build, you can continue to grow your wireless base as well. So that's why I truly believe the outlook for AT&T is going to be continuing this fiber story. Yes, they will continue to invest in wireless, but it's not going to become a main focus or priority. I'm already hearing rumblings that the CapEx is going to shift more towards an investment into fiber. It's going to be AT&T's bread and butter with time. They are the only company right now that is focused around laying such a large fiber footprint, and it's the best product that you could possibly put out in the market. There's going to be other companies, for example, I'm just throwing it out there, Charter. Charter is going to ramp CapEx next year, and then they're going to ramp it again in 2024. And they're going to put in a newer product, right? DOCSIS 3.1, whatever the case may be. At the end of that spend, if it's not fiber, I'm told, Charter will still have an inferior product to fiber even after investing potentially close to $20 billion over those 2 years. That's how good of a product fiber is, and that's what AT&T is investing in and making that their lead story at Analyst Day and all these other conferences that are up and coming. I'm on board with that. I truly believe that's the way for AT&T to go because of where we're heading in the future, right? Everybody's talking about fixed wireless access, and can that product sustain into the future? That's a remain to be seen type of situation. We'll see, because the usage is increasing tremendously. We're going to potentially start seeing 4K become more mainstream, right? I'm talking like live TV where you can just flip on ABC and it's in 4K without having to pay for it. And then we'll get to 8K. And that's going to require a tremendous amount of capacity that I believe only fiber will be able to handle, fiber to the home. Because you don't know when a fixed wireless access product goes into the home, regardless if it's T-Mobile or Verizon, they don't know the usage pattern of that specific slot that's going to be taken up. It could be a house with one person in it, or it could be a house with 4 people in it. The usage is completely different. There might be some BitTorrent, there might be some heavy gaming. I mean, it's just hard to measure that. Fiber can handle all of it without problem. Are the BitTorrents potentially, do they get flagged? Yeah, they can get flagged. The customer could get a message, but it's not because they can't handle it. The fiber is able to handle it with no problem. Fixed wireless access, on the other hand, I think that needs to be monitored a bit closely. If there's somebody doing 10 terabytes a month BitTorrents, I think he needs to be removed off of the fixed wireless access, in my opinion. Now, that'll be up to the TOS of the carriers on how they change it in the future, but I don't think the fixed wireless access can continue in the future as it grows and scales to handle that type of usage. I think a couple of terabytes, depending, if it's a few households, they can manage that. But if it's everyone starting to do 5 to 10 terabytes, it's going to hit the networks too hard. So that's why I think AT&T remains with the fiber story. They continuously invest in it in a big way. Where they see opportunity, there's not really any other vector for them to grow right now. They got rid of media, so that's done. The wireless will work itself out, I believe. And I think the lead product will be fiber for AT&T moving forward. And it's going to grow. I believe once they scale it more, and once the cities that are already where they're already the ILEC and more neighborhoods get the fiber product in those cities, I think they will start posting numbers to what we're seeing on fixed wireless access. So far, we've seen numbers between 200,000 to 300,000 per quarter. And that's at the lower scale of where fiber is today. Once they touch more households, I think we could start seeing 300,000 to 400,000, 400,000 to 500,000 ads per quarter consistently. I think that's where this product is headed. And I think they're getting ready to invest in that next year in a bigger way. You will see that. And that will accelerate and move forward everything that the company needs to become, for everybody to get excited again in 2023. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading your comments. Nothing really else to really look for in terms of the outlook for AT&T. It's all about fiber in 2023 for the company, right? With Verizon, it's enterprise it's some fixed wireless access. They got some work to do on the consumer side, but AT&T's biggest focus in 2023 is going to be fiber. And I'm not saying they're going to neglect wireless. They're going to neglect enterprise and business. No, that's not going to happen. They're not going to neglect that. But this right here, this fiber, is going to become the main story leading AT&T through 2023, and you guys will see that. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.